peeps. Let's make a pudding, what are they called? Chocolate pudding dirt cup. Like this. Doesn't this look cool? Let's make one. So, you're going to need one of these cups or any cup. It doesn't have to be this cup. It just has to be clear. You're going to need some orange spackle. I used Harvest Orange for this color. And then you're going to have to make some chocolate spackle. Some chocolate color spackle. I made a bunch because that's from something I had did previously. And I used melted chocolate in that. And then, you know, you're going to need a couple of little cabochons and stuff like that. But we'll get to that later. So basically, you're going to take your chocolate spackle. And you're just going to start, like, pushing it down on the bottom of your cup. And we're going to make layers. And I'm going to show you how to do the layers. Now, we're not going to fill this up. We're just going to smash it against the cup. We don't need to waste up all our product. You don't need to do that. You just need to cover it up and make it look like it's filled, but it's not. Excuse me. Basically, you're just going to smash it until you feel. I'll show you the outside look. See how that looks? Looks like it's filled up, but it's not. So you're just going to make sure you smash it in there. We're going to clean it up a little bit. So, but first we got to get our first layer down. And then you're just going to smash that. And then you're going to look at it. And you see some spots you might need a little bit of more to cover up, like any holes you might see, like right there. You see that? You just want to look at it. And now keep in mind, you're not going to go all the way up. You're going to clean this up a little bit. So don't worry about it too much. Now I'm just going to take some and kind of just throw it up down there in the bottom so it could cover up the bottom. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's going to see that part. So just take it, just smash it down in there, and try to cover it up as much as you can. Right? Okay. Okay. So now, you're going to get you a wipe, like a wet wipe or tissue. I'm going to use a wet wipe. Okay. And I'm going to tear that wet wipe. I'll show you. I'm going to tear that wet wipe in half. And then I'm going to tear that half in half. And I'm going to use it. Move this out the way. So we don't need that right now. Next layer we're going to do is orange. So you're going to take your finger in there and you're going to just, wait, let's make sure, because I don't want it to like be hanging and touch any of the chocolate. And you're just going to take it and you're just going to go like, hold it and just spin. And that's how you're going to get your clean line. And then you take this extra chocolate that you have here and just take it up and put it back in your container. Now you're going to go back and finish wiping up whatever was left over. Okay, and look, you see that? It don't have to be perfect. It's chocolate pudding. Okay, so that's how I do that. Now make sure that you don't have any chocolate pudding like around. Clean it up. Okay, there you go. See that? Now we're going to do the orange part. So now this part, when you in here, you're not gonna touch that chocolate part. You're gonna go like right on top of that. Okay, you don't want it to touch because you want it to be a separate line, like, you know, strips. So basically I'm just gonna go like that, and then I'm gonna push it down like that, but I don't want it to touch. Okay, because I don't want the chocolate to blend with the orange. So you can always come back. See how that looks? You can always come back and fix it up. So don't worry about that. You just want to make sure that that orange and that brown do not blend. Okay? This way you don't have to use, like some people fill up the whole cup with with spackle. I mean, you could do this with, also you could do this with caulk if you wanted to. Like if you don't have plaster, you do it with caulk. So basically I'm just gonna go in there and fill that up, and then I'm gonna go look at it. It looks pretty good, except right here there's an opening. So I'm gonna go in there and fill that up. There's still a little opening right there. Just look around and see. There's a couple of little openings right here. All you gotta do is push down the spackle. There's a little opening right here, and I think I'm good. So now I'm gonna get my wet wipe again, and I'm going to clean it up and put the excess orange back in the container. So you're going to take your finger and you're just going to put it in there, and you're just going to go around and wipe off as much as you want. Okay, so I'm going to fold this over and get my finger ready to go wipe off a little bit more. I kind of made a mistake right there because I wasn't holding my tissue, my wet wipe properly, but that's okay. I'm just going to go get another and go in there and fix it. Okay, and there you go. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, it's pudding. Okay, now we're going to fill the rest up with our chocolate, so we could put this orange away. Now if you want to make more than one stripe of orange, you know what to do. You just do it 2 times and you'll be good with that. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just stick to the one stripe. And again, you're not gonna go on top of that orange. You're gonna go right above it. Okay, and just spread that around. Don't worry about it too much because you're gonna come clean it up. Let's see how it looks. See that? Just be careful that you don't touch that orange, because you can always go back and fix it with the chocolate, but you don't want them to blend, okay? That's the main thing, not having them blend. You always can clean it up with a wet wipe. That's how we're going to clean it up. And then we're going to go look at it, and we're going to fix all the spaces that you can see through. And I know I have some because I can already see them. See right there? Just take some chocolate, or you don't even need to take some chocolate. You just push the chocolate that's already there. Push it down. Okay, well, maybe I might need to add a little bit of chocolate. Okay, we covered that up. Yes, we did. Now let's go look around. Let's see if we find some more. See one right here. Let's see. There's some right here. Okay. And then you just clean it up. And that's your dirt cup. Well, your pudding. So we're going to put that away. So we don't want that to dry out. And then you're going to need to get you a piece of, oh shoot, I didn't plug in my glue gun. I'm back to action. Forgetting to do stuff. And so you can let this dry a little bit if you want. I'm not gonna let it dry for the purpose of this video, but if you feel more comfortable letting it dry, you can let it dry overnight. Totally up to you. If you want to let this dry, okay? Oh, you know what? I got an opening down here at the bottom. Hold on, let's fix that. I didn't even really look at that. All you gotta do is really just press the spackle in. That's it. You don't have to add any more or anything like that. All I'm doing is pressing the spackle in, you see? Actually, I was missing a lot down there. I was too busy worried about the sides, not worried about the bottom. Okay? I don't even care how the bottom looks. Honestly, nobody's going to look at the bottom. I mean, you could fill that up. But, like, see this one? I did fill it up. But I'm not really worried about that right now. So, like I was saying, you want to cut you a piece of... this is a paper towel, cardboard, because you're gonna need that. That's how we're gonna make it look like our cup is filled, but it's really not filled, because we don't want to waste that spackle. That spackle is too expensive. So then I'm also gonna get a couple of cabochons. I got a little pumpkin here, and I got a piece of like a gummy worm. Got a candy corn. I got this little cabochon that says rip. And I got some eyes. You put as much candy or as much stuff as you want on yours. But I'm really going to keep it simple. So now, for the crumble part, you know, I always tell you guys, when you have dried out clay, don't throw it out. Crumble it. This is what this is. This is dried out clay. I had some brown clay that dried out and I crumbled it. Okay. So while my glue gun is heating up, we're going to prepare the crumble to go on top of our pudding cup. So this is my dried out crumble, and I'm going to put some in a plate. Now try to make sure you put enough, okay? And then I'm going to get me some Mod Podge. And I'm going to put some in there. Okay, because when you make this, you don't want to just put the crumbles on top of your spackle. It's going to come off. It's going to fall off, okay? You want to make it, you want to add some Mod Podge so that it sticks together. And when you put it on your dirt cup, on your pudding, it won't come off. You might need to add a little, you know, there's no measurement here. You figure it out on your own, what is going to work for you, how big your dirt cup is, how big your pudding cup. Now make sure all the crumbs get wet. Okay, you want them to get nice and wet. And don't worry about if you see that white, because that is going to go away. Hold on, I got a Mod Podge boogie here. And it got to go. Don't think I heard about Mod Podge because a little funky sometimes. Alright, so that's your crumble. And so let's put that to the side and get our dirt pudding cup back. And then you're going to have to cut out a circle to go on top. So what I usually do, I get a cookie cutter and I measure the top of my cup, and then I find the cookie cutter that's going to fit right exactly in there, okay? So now I'm going to get my glue gun. And now you can make these dirt cups for any season. Or like, they don't have to be dirt cup. They could be any type of pudding cup. And so now you're going to put this right on top. Now be careful that you don't mess with any of the pudding. Don't push it so hard that the pudding, that you mess the pudding up down here, okay? So that should be good. Okay. And then now you're going to get a little bit more of your pudding, your chocolate pudding. And you're just going to go on top. Okay. Just going to go on top of your... And you're just going to fill that up. You're going to fill up your pudding cup. Okay. Now don't push on the cardboard too hard and make it move. And then you're going to have little spaces of pudding missing. Just lightly on top. Okay, lightly. You barely touching it. And this should be it. This should be good. Just smooth it out. Okay. Alright, there you go. Let's put our spackle away. I know sometimes these crafts, they look hard to do. These fake bakes look hard to do, but honestly, if you take your time, you'll be just fine. Alright, so now we want to make sure we get all, you see everything? You see it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Okay. So now find what you want to be your front. I think this is going to be, hold on, let's get this glue out of this. Oh, I almost dropped it. I think I'm going to make that my front. So now you're going to take your crumble. And you're just going to put it on top. See? Uh-oh. Now it's gonna, you know, it's a little pain in the butt to get on there, but use your hands and get it on there. Spread it around. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's supposed to be cookie crumbs, okay? Now don't press it too hard, because remember there's a cardboard down there and it can move. It can shift and mess up your pudding that's underneath. I'm just gonna go in there and fill in some spaces if I can. Pick up that extra crumb that fell on the floor, take some of the crumb that's loose at the top, spread it around. Like, so don't throw out that clay. You better not be throwing out the clay. The clay is so expensive. Shoot, crafting in general is expensive. But see, this is why you want to put your pudding, like your spackle around so it looks like the pudding. You know, even if you don't get to put all the crumble all over, you can still see the pudding underneath. Don't let any crumble go to waste. Just stick it somewhere and just tap it lightly into place. Now, if you have some extra crumble, let's make sure we fill in all these little spaces that we can. I say use your hand. That's the best way to do it. Let me go grab this crumble right here so I can put some on the side. It might get stuck to your hand, but that's okay. I'm going to just leave it alone. Okay, that looks good to me. Now I don't remember my front. Is this my front? It doesn't matter. Let's pick up these little bits of... Let's use up all these crumbs. That's not... You got to go. Some of it might come off. But once it dries, it'll be pretty stable. So you don't have to worry about that. All right, enough of that, right? So now... Okay, let's put that there. Let me wipe a little bit because y'all know I don't like messes. So this crumb is a pain in the butt. But okay. So now I'm going to show you, like, this ghost is supposed to be like a little swirl, but for some reason the lines they didn't get defined. But I made another one. And these lines are more defined. So I wanted it to look like a, you know, a swirl of like Cool Whip or something like that. So I'm going to show you how I did that. So I just got me a piece of clay. Piece of white clay. And basically, I just rolled it into a ball. Let's move this back a little bit. I basically rolled it into a ball. Oops, I don't want to touch that. And then once you roll it into a ball, you're going to start like turn it into like a teardrop. And you're going to try to stretch out the top. And you want to flatten the bottom a little bit. Okay, because we're going to make this into a, like, make sure your hands are clean. See, I got like chocolate and stuff on it. So you're then going to take like a skewer or any other like thing you could use to make lines in it. And you're just going to go like this. And you're going to go like this. And you're just going to turn it into like a swirl, okay? Now keep pressing it down a little bit. But the thing about this clay is that you have to go over this a couple of times because it kind of self-heals and it goes away. All right? And there you go. You got your little swirl, okay? So, that's the first thing I'm gonna put on top of my pudding cup, okay? I got some tacky glue here, and I'm gonna use that to stick it onto my pudding, my dirt. Now don't push down too hard. You don't Remember, there's cardboard under there. So then, I got my little cabochons. I'm going to stick my little gummy worm, like back there somewhere. Like that. And then I'm going to put my little RIP cabochon. These cabochons, the eyes, I got from Playco 3, okay? And I have a coupon code if you guys want to get some. And I'm going to put it right next to my little ghost, okay? Then I'm going to get my pumpkin and I'm going to put it right behind that. Okay. Gonna get my candy corn and I'm going to put it just right in the front. Like I said, you can put as much candy as you want, as many things as you want. That's totally up to you. Then I'm going to put my little eyes on there. Uh-oh. Okay. Now you got move it around how you want, placement wise. These eyes don't want to cooperate. Okay, there you go. And then you're going to put the eyes in the mouth. I'm using a paint marker, but you could use acrylic paint and a dotting tool. Oops, wrong end. I'll leave a link to these double-sided markers, acrylic markers. So basically, I'm just going to go boom. Wait. And there you go. There go your ghost. And there go your pudding dirt cup. Which I think came out pretty cute. What do you think? Oh, it's too early to be leaning and stuff, right? Let's put this one to the side and let that dry. Because I let this dry, so there's nothing going to fall off of here. What do you think about your pudding dirt cup? I think it's easy to make. It's fun. It's cute. And it looks real. Well, guys, I hope you like this tutorial. Talk to you soon. Stay safe. Stay healthy. God bless you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.